Chapter 20. A More Harmonious Being. In Chapter 2, we discussed a few natural laws and how they influence our lives. We learned that regardless of our awareness of natural laws, we suffer natural consequences if we break a law. In like manner, when we observe a natural law, we reap the benefits and enjoy the positive effects of that law in our lives. In accordance with the laws of nature, God's laws, certain feelings affect particular parts of our body or aspects of our life. When we suffer physical, mental, or emotional pain of any kind, it's our body's way of getting our attention to let us know there is imbalance of some kind in our life. There is disharmony in the body's energies. We're out of sync with God's laws, the laws of nature. God talks to us through our body. Anytime we disobey natural laws, like holding on to resentment or not forgiving, for instance, it is possible that we may experience kidney problems. Franz Alexander, the father of psychosomatic medicine, recognized over 40 years ago, there's much evidence that just as certain pathological microorganisms have a specific affinity for certain organs, so also certain emotional conflicts possess specificities and accordingly tend to afflict certain internal organs. Each emotion releases a different hormonal chemical into the body, i.e., with the emotion of fear for our life, fight or flight, ACTH is released into the bloodstream to assist us in the challenge we are momentarily facing and propels us into an action that helps preserve our life. Research further indicates that each feeling and emotion we feel creates tears of a different chemical composition. This is why it feels so good to cry when we feel some of the feelings we do. So, contrary to what some people think, tears are important. Crying literally serves to relieve the stress that is caused by an overabundance of chemicals created by a particular feeling. Never apologize for crying or shedding tears. We service our health as well as our emotions when we do. The chemical present in our tears during a particular emotion is simultaneously present in other parts of our body. A prolonged negative feeling of any kind can cause a continual chemical release that eventually brings about a chemical imbalance in our body. This can subsequently lead to illness. However, feelings and emotions are absolutely necessary in our lives. They help us survive. It's the continual suppression of unresolved feelings and emotions that cause the problems we experience in our lives. And the feelings that are buried, that haven't been resolved, govern our thoughts. It is just a coincidence you get a sore throat, have a liver problem, cancer, diabetes, or anything else that you may happen to have? I think not. The laws that govern the proper functioning of your body parts have been broken, whether it be the laws of good nutrition, the laws of physical maintenance, the laws of correct thinking, the laws of appropriate feelings, the laws of do unto others, regardless of what the problem is. The problem is there because of broken laws, which in turn have created imbalance and inharmonious vibrations within your body. In his breakthrough book, Quantum Healing, Dr. Chopra gives further clarification of this principle. Many people still think that the nerves work electrically, like a telegraph system, because until 15 years ago, that is what medical texts contended. However, in the 1970s, a series of important discoveries began, centering on a new class of minute chemicals called neurotransmitters. As their name implies, these chemicals transmit nerve impulses. They act in our bodies as communicator molecules. whereby the neurons of the brain can talk to the rest of the body. Neurotransmitters are the runners that race to and from the brain, telling every organ inside of us our emotions, desires, memories, intuitions, and dreams. None of these events are confined to the brain alone. Likewise, none of them are strictly mental, since they can be coded into chemical messages. Neurotransmitters touch the life of every cell. Wherever a thought wants to go, these chemicals must go too, and without them no thought can exist. To think is to practice brain chemistry, promoting a cascade of responses throughout the body. Dr. Chopra continues, "The mind and body are like parallel universes. Anything that happens in the mental universe must leave tracks in the physical one. Your body is the physical picture in 3D of what you are thinking. We don't see our bodies as projected thoughts because many physical changes that thinking causes are unnoticeable. They involve minute alterations of cell chemistry, body temperature, electrical charge, blood pressure, and so on, which do not register on our focus of attention. You can be assured, however, that the body is fluid enough to mirror any mental event. Nothing can move without moving the whole. The latest discoveries in neurobiology build an even stronger case for the parallel universes of mind and body. When researchers looked further beyond the nervous system and the immune system, they began to discover the same neuropeptides and receptors for them in other organs, such as the intestines, kidneys, stomach, and heart. There is every expectation of finding them elsewhere too. This means that your kidneys can think, in the sense that they can produce the identical neuropeptides found in the brain. Their receptor sites are not simply sticky patches. They are questions waiting for answers, framed in the language of the chemical universe. It's very likely that if we had the whole dictionary, and not just our few scraps, we would find that every cell speaks as fluently as we do. Dr. Candace Pert, one of the most progressive and accomplished researchers in the field of brain chemistry and director of the Brain Biochemistry Division at the National Institute of Mental Health, refers to the entire mind-body system as a network of information. Dr. Pert feels that we cannot separate the mind and the body, and prefers to use one term for both, body-mind. Dr. Chopra states, "It has now been absolutely proved that the same neurochemicals influence the whole body-mind. Everything is interconnected at the level of the neuropeptide. Therefore, to separate these areas is simply bad science." He also tells us that the human brain changes its thoughts into thousands of chemicals every second. We may do well to ask ourselves if the chemicals we are creating are healthy or unhealthy chemicals. Perhaps a more meaningful question at this point is, do I want to change the construction or design of my life? If the answer is yes, you will be encouraged and motivated to know that reconstruction with a new design is entirely possible. You can be in control of your life by becoming more conscious and mindful of your thoughts and feelings. Then by using your new tool, the script. All of this is possible. You can change the undesirable causes in your life. You can bring desired effects to your life. You are the one who determines the outcome of each day. You are the master of your soul. Now that you have the script as a vehicle with which to change your inharmonious vibrations into a more harmonious state of being, consider supporting this process by including in your daily living the following. 1. Eat nutritious foods. Eat an abundance of complex carbohydrates, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Low fat and very low refined carbohydrates. Avoid overeating. 2. Drink plenty of water, 8 or more glasses a day. 3. Consistently participate in some form of exercise at least 4 days a week, 20 to 30 minutes a day. 4. Take a good source of minerals. Minerals are the catalyst to the spirit. They provide the electrolytes and turn on the electrical energy. 5. Eliminate foreign substances from your body that are known to be detrimental, i.e., alcohol, drugs, tobacco, etc. Why are the foregoing guidelines important? Let's think of each cell in our body operating as though it were a miniature power plant. The DNA is the intelligence, the receptor of light, or the supervisor of the power plant, the cell. Under normal circumstances, when the cell receives fuel or substances that are in harmony with Mother Nature, the receptor of light, DNA, embraces this positive energy, synthesizes it to full advantage, and continues to produce its own life-supporting and life-enhancing energies from the harmonious fuel it receives. The cell, the power plant, responds positively and continues to operate and function to its full potential. When foreign substances, such as alcohol, drugs, tobacco, or other substances, are used by a person, mass confusion is created in the DNA because these substances are not harmonious or compatible with the cell. Little by little, due to their incompatibility with the cell, every time this negative energy is used, it will shut down the receptors of light in the DNA, which then allows darkness or confusion to enter. Eventually, after layers of inharmonious energy is impacted over the DNA, darkness takes hold and totally covers the memory of perfection in the cell. The electrical system of the cell, the power plant, will eventually function without order. Compound this by adding all the cells of the body together. The edifice that houses the cells then turns into chaos, with dysfunctioning cells throughout the body as a result. For these same reasons, you can comprehend why it is so important to feel positive feelings, to think positive thoughts, to use positive words, and to eat correct foods. The power plant must be stoked with appropriate energy in order for the cells to receive correct information and to receive light. All of these aspects of our life impact the cell in a like manner. If you haven't done so already by incorporating and integrating the above suggestions into your life, you will aid bringing your body into better balance and achieving a more harmonious state of well-being as you are processing your feelings through the script. If you're presently involved in an exercise program and are participating in a good nutritional regimen, you've undoubtedly seen the positive results that come from doing this. Now, dealing with your feelings will be an added benefit for you and will bring your body into an even more balanced state. Just keep in mind that all these things work together for your good, for a happier, healthier, and more harmonious being. Wherever you are in your quest for peace, personal balance, and harmony, remember, you are a 5-dimensional being. As you participate in eliminating your negative feelings and resultant blocks, you are healing the spiritual and emotional aspects of your life. However, at the same time, you're accomplishing a spiritual and emotional healing. You're also facilitating the physical, the social, and mental aspects of your life. The healing that automatically occurs in each area of your life just by concentrating on resolving your feelings will naturally bring you closer and closer to a whole, balanced, and well-being. Allow and give yourself every advantage on your road to becoming whole and complete. Use whatever is available to further assist you in your reconstruction and new design. Food, supplements, exercise, and beautiful music. Yes, music is extremely important, but that's a whole other subject. Suffice it to say, You'll want to listen to music that brings peace and tranquility to your soul in order to support your combined efforts. And you will also want to wear and surround yourself with harmonious colors, which is another wonderful subject.